Hello, and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight, reviewing I Push My Fingers into Pies from the rather awesome Black Iris Brewery. Black Iris Brewery was founded back in Derby in 2011. Friends Alex Wilson and Nick Bolcard founded the Black Iris in Derby. Thank God they moved to Nottingham. Although not trying to wind Derby people up. After 3 years of local success, they upped sticks and moved to Nottingham, nestled behind the old Shipstons building. They installed a brand new brewing system and now produce a range of highly regarded craft cans. I would say, as a craft brewery, them, Neon Raptor, and Liquid Light are certainly the biggest and most well known out of the craft beers. Good evening. So, this is good evening as well. A cherry Bakewell Imperial Stout. It is 10.5%. And I'll chat a bit about the brewery before I actually crack it open. So the brewery itself do a lot of different beers. And if I can get my mouse to work for me, if I'll try and scroll it down. So some of their beers are, good evening. Yes, 1,800 subscribers. The Old Tom challenge is on. If I can find Old Tom. Seems to be a bit of an issue with the Old Tom. Tesco's don't seem to sell it anymore. Definitely. Circle of Snakes is one of theirs. Cowboys from Hull. Good evening, matey. The artwork's amazing, isn't it? Cowboys from Hull. Divine Elements. On their site, they've got some really good t-shirts as well that yes, mate. Yeah. Today, as you can see with the eyes, it looks like I've been in the boxing ring. And the hay fever got me today. And yeah, really struggling. 15 quid for a t-shirt, and the t-shirts look absolutely bang on. Good evening. I've only just started. Old Eldorado is another of their beers. Embers Remain is another beer. Endless Summer, Flying Barrel t-shirt. That actually looks really good. 15 quid for that t-shirt. I push my fingers into pies from 8 quid for this. Lacerated Sky. And you can get growlers as well. And they do a lot of beers. I'm looking forward. Good evening, Ali. I'm looking forward to going to the tap room on Saturday to actually go and buy some of these beers. Spend about 50 quid there, see what I can get for 50 quid. So, Little Nipper is another one. Lost in the Cold Sun. And they also do a mix pack from £22.50. So that's not too bad. I put my fingers into a growler. So yeah, they've got some mix packs as well. So I may be able to get some beers a bit cheaper. You never know. You look. Yeah, quite a few different mix packs. They do patches as well that you can sew onto your clothes. Ah, yes, it does say that on about the Slipknot on the page. And again, white t-shirts, red rooster, so really good amounts of merch. I'll just click on the last page and I'll actually get on with the review. So yeah, I'm going down to the tap room. So I'm going to try and get a video from the tap room. Hopefully it's not too busy when I go because I'm not really keen on. They actually sell the Brewery Bible as well for £5, so I'm not sure what that's about. Triple B Growlers, Very Dangerous Asps is another beer, and another mixed pack of beers. Oh yeah, why did it have to be snakes? So I think that's a mixed pack as them. So I'll click on this, get back onto the beer. That's it. You're chatting to a master brewer. Fair play there. So let's dive in. Yeah, it's been a long day. The hay fever today. The pollen count is terrible at the moment, and yeah, I'm not only my bung up, but my eyes. It looks like I've been in the boxing ring. So if I look about 10 years older than I normally am, that's the reason. I'm looking forward to this. And it's nice to do a bit of background info on the breweries as well, and what beers they've got out. Beautiful aroma coming from this, even though I've not got my full capabilities, as it were. Good evening, Megan. And good evening, Brett. So, quite a black pour with quite a dark tan head on this. Inch of head, as you know, not the best at pouring, as you can tell. On the nose. Oh, yeah, the cherry. Bit of almond. Oh, boozy. Good evening, Tan. As I say, not got my full nose on this. So, sadly, but let's give it a taste anyway, see how we go. Oh, that is lovely. Very strong. And for some reason, I get nuts again. I don't know why I keep getting nuts from things. Ever so weird. Um, oh, yeah, that is very nice. Very nice. I'll just lick the top of the can. One doesn't want to waste. Nothing worse than wasting beer. Coming back to a beer a day after you've done a review to find out you've left about a third of the beer in the can or bottle. So, yeah. So it's 10.5% cherry Bakewell Imperial Stout. It is somewhere around the £8.50, I think I paid for it. I got it from Adventure Beer. Black Irish Brewery. They do, I go back to their website, I think over 40 quid, it's free delivery. So, wrong side. No wonder I can see what's going on. So, yeah, I think over 40 quid it is free delivery. Shop everything. I'll click on that again, see if it brings it up. Ooh, really strong. Very different to the Alter Ego Brewing one that I had a few weeks ago, that cherry Bakewell. This does taste more boozy, although I think that was actually a stronger Imperial. So sometimes it's strange for some of these Imperials how they can have a different, even though the ABV can be slightly weaker, it comes across as stronger. Obviously, it's something down to the taste, though. Looking forward to the football tomorrow night. It is tomorrow night, isn't it? Thursday, yeah. I'm doing a battle of the beers tomorrow night. I'm going to get an English beer and a Scottish beer and do a battle. That shows that I've only got one Scottish beer, so I'm a bit limited on that side of things. King Goblin versus Old Jock would have been quite the beers to have a battle of, but you can only have what you've got. I mean, I was going to choose Bombardier, but I don't think Bombardier's worth it these days. So yeah, let's see where it says about postage, not delivery, rather. How much if you spend over a certain amount? No, I've lost it. So I'll click on about the brewery. Well, just to see what it says. So yeah, you've got the Alex, the owner. Same time tomorrow night. Yeah. So what I'm doing, I'm going to do focused beer reviews in between the football matches. So about 10 to 6, 10 to 7 till about 5 to 8. I'm going back to the live beers, live reviews, but I'm going to do it all in 1 hour, just 2 beer reviews, 1 hour. And the first one, I'll put it on StreamYard. The second one will be on standard YouTube. Yeah, the funny thing is, Black Iris. I live in Sherwood, so Sherwood is 2 miles away from Black Iris in Baseford, and I've never been. So I went to Liquid Light last weekend. I've been to Bang the Elephant. I've been to Alter Ego's their tap room slash pub, little micro pub. And I'm going to go round. What I'm doing is basically using the money I earn from gardening to go round to each and every tap room, go and buy a load of beers, do a beer haul. If I can, take a bit of a video of the tap room, maybe have a drink there if you can. The places like Neon Raptor are really hard to get a seat at because they're so busy. But yeah, then generally do that. So tell about the brewery. It tells you about the brewery. There's 6 people working at the brewery: Danny, Megan, Ash, Reg, Alex, and Nick. And it's amazing that little breweries can do such good beers. You picked up this beer at the weekend. I'm going down on Saturday to pick up at least, well, I'm going to spend about 55 quid there, see what I can get. Hopefully come away with 9 or 10 beers for that price. Obviously, it's not supermarket prices, but you understand that with how I've seen how the craft, the amount of time that goes into doing craft beers, and yeah, can be time consuming, and canning and all that stuff. So, oh, sherry starting to come through quite nicely now. Um, quite a nice medium to thick mouthful on this. Good evening, Benjamin. Chocolate orange big bowl. Right, I've not really looked at the prices. When I go to the shop, I'll have a good nose. Yeah. Might have a sit down and have a beer at the brewery tap room as well. One beer. You've gone for an American NEPA, 7%. Bless you. If anyone was watching the Denmark match tonight versus Belgium, when all the players, all the fans, all clapped for Christian Eriksen, that was quite the moment. That was. There you're on time. So 10.5%. Struggling tonight because with hay fever, I had to come home and take an inhaler early because when hay fever gets at its worst, it causes obviously puffy eyes like this, and it also closes up your airways. So I had to come home and squirt some bear tree boot. I had to squirt some inhaler in just to open up the airways again. I knew it was going to be a tough day when I was mowing the woodland area, but I was hoping last night's rain was going to drop the pollen count down. It hasn't, which is a pain. So, like I said earlier, Black Iris are one of the good evening, matey. Black Iris are one of the, I would say, one of the big 3 craft brewers in Nottingham. I mean, we've got a lot of big breweries in Nottingham now that are on a national stage. Neon Raptor, Liquid Light, Black Iris. Oh, yeah, just to. Yeah, it depends where you are. Absinthe. Yeah, I need to get some strong stuff. I'm looking at that 75% strongest beer for my 2000 review. Not 2000 review. When I get to 2000 subscribers, I'm thinking that 75% job, and I'm thinking that's got to be at 2000. I'll do that. I've got plenty of time to save up for it, but yeah. And obviously, the old Tom challenge is now a reality because I've just hit 1,800. So the 10 old Tom challenge, that'll be interesting. Getting older 10 old Toms will be interesting. I don't think Tesco sell them anymore. Good evening, Craig. Right, I'm going to put the comments back on the big screen because that's better. Yeah, Neon Raptor's shop in Centre Market. Their shop is they're doing American beers as well. Yeah, when the challenge, well, it won't be next weekend because I'm away, so it'll be the weekend after. I know, 3 years old, 3 years old already. The channel, and obviously, really, my eyes look shocking. Um, really, it's only been the last year that the channel has grown exponentially, and you know, that a lot of people knew about the channel. Really, before that, it was much more quieter. It's pay weekend. I never know when pay weekend is. I think it's at the end of the month. I never see my wages, so where's the cake? Yeah, I never see my wages, so it's one of those things really. Yeah, the wife looks after the money side of things. Amazon, yes, Amazon do 10. I'm thinking of calling it the 10 old Tom challenge, 105.9%. It's the 20th of every month. Yeah, strange, isn't it? With that's the one. Yeah, it gives me a couple of weeks to get the beers. Actually, I might actually try and get them next weekend. No, it's definitely a fever. Yeah, yeah. It's a good thing the beer review wasn't earlier. I've actually look a lot better now than I did earlier. And, that's really annoying seeing my face on that other screen. It's bad enough looking at yourself once with pop out eyes, but on that screen I can't really see myself properly, so it's not too bad. There we go. That's better. That's the screen gone now. I can actually read what's coming up. Good evening, Mr. Big Sip. Yeah, I've took 2 loratadine earlier, and what looking at me? One does apologise. Uh, and I've also took 2 cytosine. Loratadine normally stops the hay fever, but yeah, oh, it makes reading the comments very interesting. I can't even see the comments on the phone at the moment. It's just too small. Good evening, Steve. So, 10.5%. A lovely face mask should be compulsory. I should have worn my face mask today to be right. You know, when I'm mowing, you wear a face mask when you're mowing. Stops you breathing in all the pollen. Not part of a red card. So black pour on this. Dark tan head. Beautiful cherry. Bit of almond on the nose. Which goes into the taste. In the taste. Boozy. Both the cherry and almond seem to come alive as well. Just make sure I'm not missing any comments. I've got to say, Black Iris Brewery. I've had some cracking beers from these. Her name was Weber. It's probably my favourite one out of all their beers so far. A Slipknot brew. Well played, Mister So faking drunk. Yeah, it's Bullman said the same thing when he came in as well. So they do a lot of and good evening. They do a lot of on their. I mean, their can artwork is exquisite. You can tell a Black Iris can from quite some distance. I mean, look at that, brilliant artwork. Your jab, yeah, my arm ached a little bit, but not too much. I took a couple of paracetamols. Jobs are good, and they say to take 2 paracetamols before you go for your jab. It all helps. 2 paracetamols 10 minutes before or 20 minutes before, whatever. Yeah, paracetamols before, couple of paracetamols 3 or 4 hours later, and maybe a couple the next day. That should help. It is weird, isn't it? But we're all built very differently, aren't we? Yeah, I'm fully vaccinated now. Yeah, the second one, Steve. They vaccinate. You have to drop your trousers for the second one. For some reason, it has to go into your backside. Don't ask me why. It was a bit strange. Ah, is that it? Ah, right, yeah. So good knowledge there, Mister So Fake and Drunk. So, and good evening, Mr. Jav. How are you, matey? How's the rhubarb wine? And hello, Luke. Right. Yeah. The second one. That second one. Oh, it's a killer. Yeah. It's a bigger needle as well. The first one is really dinkum. You don't really feel it much. The second one, in your backside. Yeah. It's you have to pull it down a little bit with your cheeks and straight into the, for some reason it has to go down that area. And yeah, it's a massive need. She, tell you what, I reckon she got a lot of fun out of that. What, the beer or the jab? So I'm only joking. No, it's in the arm. Oh dear, sense of humour. Oh dear, the beer. I got this beer from adventurebeer.co.uk. But bear in mind, I live in Nottingham, so this brewery is on my doorstep, literally 2 miles away from me. Um, I know I couldn't help it. Um, I used to be terrible at taking the mic, and there's times when that side of me, yeah. I would be an all. Yeah, the artwork's amazing on the bottles and books. I'm going down to the tap room on Saturday. Hopefully I can do a little bit. Hopefully I can get a seat. If I can entice the wife into having a sit down at another tap room. Hopefully they've got some decent stuff on there that she can drink, even a coffee. I think there'll be more jabs coming out. And have you noticed now, going to a COVID chat for a second, the new variant is going after the young ones. It was always going to be the case that there'd be a variant that would have more effect on younger people. You know, it was always going to be like that. At some stage with these variants. Who's watching the game tomorrow? All of us. All of England, Scotland, Wales are watching that game. Hopefully, it'll be a cracking game. Hopefully, they'll go for it. Whoever wins, wins. Hopefully, England. But hopefully, it's going to be a good game. For Scotland, they need to either win or draw. For England, we don't want to lose. Yeah, the Indian ones, the Indian variant apparently is more showing up more in the young Scotland. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be a lot closer than you imagine. The Scottish are going to be up for it. I won't like to actually. Good evening, Thomas. As football fans and as fans of both nations, you want a good match. You do not want a boring match. You want a good match that says this. This to me is really the final, because this is the biggest match so far by some distance. The two oldest teams in the world going at it, national team. Yeah, we want a decent match. We don't obviously we don't want the referee. I mean, England and Scotland are going to play it the right way. We're not going to be cheating like the rest of them. We don't want a boring draw. No. We want a goal. You need an early goal that then starts getting the players going for it. Anyway, back to the beer, 25 minutes in. So now the beer's breathing. Now the cherry is really coming into it. You can really taste that now. I'll take a boring ring. I'm really struggling tonight as well because of the hay fever. Really amping in the back of my throat. But because the air's got to the beer now, and this is sometimes when doing beer reviews, that I've noticed that I know people moan about 5 minute review in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but a lot of the time the air hasn't got to the beer. And like a good fine wine, it's got to breathe. This is breathe, and now the cherry is becoming more prominent, even with a bunged up nose, a sore throat because of hay fever, and dodgy eyes that make me look about 20 years older than I really am. But you might have a solution to my hot tub. I'm in need of a solution because hot tubs are ridiculously expensive at the moment. Yeah, it's who your mates are, isn't it? If you've got mates, so I'm going to do an England versus Scotland beer thing tomorrow night, about the same time as tonight. That'll be interesting. Battle of the beers. I'm going to choose an English beer to go up against a Scottish beer. It's all in good fun, to be fair. It's just a case of having a nice beer before the match, and then when the match starts, straight up the ass. Job's a good one. So, this is going down really well. Getting the score is going to be interesting. It's just a pity that tonight, the one night when I'm not feeling great, and it's typical, isn't it? You know, you put a beer in for the night to review, and you can't see the comments, can't see how many people are actually on watching or anything, and I'm not get appreciating the beer as I would. I didn't feel so rough, but these things happen, sure. And I know the glass isn't the greatest of glasses. Hopefully, Black Iris actually sell merch glasses, so I can get myself a Black Iris glass. Now that would be amazing. 27 million people watching. Yeah, I'm thinking for the old Tom challenge. Going back to that because obviously I've hit 1800. I'm thinking of doing. It's going to be Man versus Bear 2. A little bit of a parody there going on. The 10 old Tom challenge. And then at the end, 105.9%. And you know where I'm coming from with those things, don't you? It's all a little bit of a Mickey take of the Duvel challenge. Good morning. Well, in your neck of the woods, it would still be morning, wouldn't it? It is California, isn't it? Do you know, one of these days, I do want to go to Disneyland, the original Disneyland, and see how what Walt Disney, is did over there. When I've got more money, when I've saved up some pennies, and and normality resumes in the world, hopefully soon, sooner the better. So, need to wrap this one up to come back with a second review and jump back onto YouTube. Yeah, the other Universal Park as well. See, I've done the Florida Universal, but I've obviously not been to California. So I do want to go there and experience that park, definitely. And there's also a SeaWorld not far away either. Well, I don't think it's too far away. But It would be lovely to win the lottery and just go around all the world's theme parks. Oh, what an amazing thing that would be. And breweries. Oh yeah, breweries. You know, if you know to win the lottery, win I don't know 30 million or something, it'd be amazing. And just pack up work, get yourself a camper van, go from one brewery to another, camp out somewhere. Jobs are good, and it certainly would be an amazing thing. So to actually do the review element, and one does apologise for those who actually come for the review, just the review. Six Flags, yeah, Six Flags. I mean, I wish the UK could get some sort of Disney slash Universal. It's strange, you know, because they were going to build a Universal theme park in the UK and they bottled it. What a shame! You flew to Las Vegas. Ah, so jealous, so jealous. So Neon Black Pour. This is a 10.5% cherry Bakewell Imperial Stout, Black Iris Brewery on Shipston Street in Nottingham. The history behind this is incredible. This company moved from Derby to Nottingham. Fair play. Moved to the best city in the world. Well, elements of it anyway, at least. Good evening from Long Eaton. Not Disney. No, there is supposed to be a park coming to Kent. Obviously, our good friend Kent Bear Reviews, he's not happy about that because of the bird element. It's like a bit of an old Tom, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. An amazing brewery, a brewery that showcases what Nottingham breweries are doing on the national stage. Disneyland and Disney World, fantastic data. My sensors are not 100% tonight, so I don't sound probably as good as I would normally do. Boned up, eyes look like I've gone 5 rounds with Mike Tyson. Nintendo Park in Japan. Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, Neon Blackboard, Dark Tan Head, Cherry, Almond on the nose. Thankfully not. I know what you mean. Yeah. I've got the puffy eyes, not the rest of it. Makes me look really old. I'm looking at the camera. Wow. Just goes to show you. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be in a better. I won't be. I'm not mowing tomorrow. Thankfully, I'm planting vegetables all day and sowing my seed, as it were, and yeah, and watering and doing nice. I'm doing a nice day's work tomorrow. Yeah, it's supposed to open in 2024, but it's been they've been on the cards for years with it, and I'm not. The government want to make it happen because it will bring a lot of tourism to the UK. You imagine a Disney type experience in the UK will be massive for the UK. As a theme park lover, it would be great. They need to sort out the issues in in that part of Kent where they're going to build it. They need to come to some sort of um, a way of not disturbing the nature, but also using this, you know, the land there. It's very complex, the issues in that part of the world. So cherry almond on the nose, cherry almond on the taste. The longer you leave it to settle, the better it becomes. Like a good fine wine. It's not a case of necking these beers. You've paid £8 for the privilege. You know, imperial stouts are there to be enjoyed. They're there to be took slowly and, you know, sip it, enjoy it. That's what these beers are about. Yes, they cost more, but then again, 10.5% is going to cost more. You know, duty on these is ridiculous. I know because I spoke to a fellow brewer. I spoke to a fellow brewery man, and the duty they pay is ridiculous. You know, that's the government for you. Out of five for me, a good 4.62 all day long. Really enjoyed it. struggling tonight with my face and my eyes especially. But yeah, great. Really enjoyed that. And that's it for this review. Going to come back in about 2 minutes with a second review. And then I'm going to get out of the way before the football starts at 8 o'clock, because I'm sure most people want to watch football. Yeah, I can't even see. I can only just see the comments up there. I can't see the comments down there. £8, no, mate. No, in the grand scheme of things, a lot of people won't want to pay £8, which is fair play. And obviously, we all have our own perception. Would I drink it again? Hell yes. Yeah, that's the problem, Craig. It is a complex issue, that's for sure. Win the lotto and go fishing every day. If I won the lottery, I would either set up my own brewery, micro pub, or my own gardening nursery for growing stuff. But I would put people in, or in any business that I set up, I would put people in who I know are passionate about the job, that would go the extra mile. If I set up a micro pub, I would put people on about lottery. This is putting people in who would be an addition. You know, they would get more out of it than they would ever be paid. You know, because talking about beer, selling beer in a micro pub, when you're talking about the beer to people that are fans of beer, it is an amazing job. Which is why a lot of these people go and start their own breweries, because they were probably once home brewers who've gone into that, who've got the money to go into that, got the money, got the vision, and you know, it's a lovely, lovely hobby to do. Anyway, back in 2 minutes. Thank you everyone for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Cheers, everyone.